This is News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Tom Corless of WDWNT.com. Here now are the top Disney park stories from around the world for February 9th, 2022. But first, before we get to the news, I have to announce the winner of the useless plate. If you watched the last show, you shouldn't miss a show because that's how you miss giveaways. But we gave away what I called the useless plate. It's very cute, though. That's Figment. It's a Festival of the Arts 2022 plate. I'm proud to announce the winner of that. I'm going to look at my phone. Don and Jill Barrett. I've got it right that time. Don and Jill Barrett said, "Thanks for the update. My family will be going to Disney World next month, and we'll have to stop for some beignets. Maybe I'll be eating mine on a useless plate." Well, indeed you will be. Please contact us at wdwnewstoday@gmail.com, and we'll tell you how to claim your prize. But for those of you watching today, if you want to win something, sorry, Figment, I put that on your head. If you want to win something, we have a limited edition of 2000 Epcot International Festival of the Arts 2022 Magic Band for you. These are sold out, I believe. You can't get these anymore. There's Figment and Mickey and Minnie and the whole gang on it. If you want to win this, stay tuned to the end of the show. At the end of the show, I'll tell you how to win that. But let's get on with the news. The Walt Disney Company has released their 2022 first quarter report. The financial quarter began October 3rd, 2021, and includes both company-wide and Disney Parks revenue. Disney Parks specifically made $7.2 billion when the expectation was just $6.13. This more than doubled from the first quarter of 2021, which earned $3.6 billion. $4.8 billion of the 2022 first quarter revenue was from the domestic parks, while $861 million was from the international. Disney attributes the growth to more guests visiting theme parks, staying at resort hotels, and taking Disney Cruise Line sailings, as well as increased guest spending. An increase in average per capita ticket revenue was due in part to the introduction of Genie Plus and Lightning Lane. Meanwhile, Disneyland Paris and Hong Kong Disneyland were both open for the entirety of the quarter, while only being open for approximately a month each during last year's quarter. Shanghai Disney Resort and Tokyo Disney Resort were both open for the entirety of both quarters. Hong Kong Disneyland, of course, is currently closed, which may have a negative effect on the next quarter. Profits from consumer products dropped slightly from $1.7 billion to $1.5 billion due to the closure of most Disney stores in North America and Europe. Who would have guessed that was a bad idea? In an interview with CNBC today, Disney CEO Bob Chapek said that up to 50% of Disney park guests, depending on the day, are currently utilizing Genie Plus or Lightning Lane or a combination of both. Genie Plus, of course, replaced Fast Pass at the Disney parks in the U.S., launching in the fall. It's estimated that Disney could rake in up to $300 million in profits just from Genie Plus alone this year. This would be the result of Chapek's estimate, saying that about 1/3 of all guests are currently purchasing Genie Plus for their Disney parks trips. It's also quoted that more than 50% of guests were using Genie Plus and Lightning Lane during the holiday season specifically. I mean, parks are busier. It makes some sense. Meanwhile, Disney CFO Christine McCarthy commented during the 2022 earnings call that the domestic parks have seen a, quote, more favorable guest and ticket mix after announcing that per capita spending rose to 40% versus Q1 2019, which was pre-pandemic. Disney credited much of the increase to Genie Plus and Lightning Lane, but the ticket mix comment may allude to the discontinuation of most annual pass sales, in addition to fewer longer-length tickets as international tourism has been lower. An oft-repeated opinion in the industry is that pass holders aren't as profitable as on a day-to-day basis as single or multi-day ticketed guests. Also, during those financial results that were released today, Christine McCarthy also spoke about how mobile dining and check-in are considered an upside of Disney parks. They're an upside, she claims, we believe, because this allows them to have less cast members. Obviously, if you are ordering from your phone food, that doesn't require a cast member to be at the register. And if you're doing mobile check-in, well, that doesn't require a cast member at all of those desks at the front of your resort hotel. So Disney basically celebrating that they have less cast members and therefore are making more money per guest at these venues. Disney also noted today that capacity of both Walt Disney World and Disneyland is still limited, but rather than due to COVID safety measure constraints, it's now mostly due to staff shortages. Specifically, it was noted that food and beverage departments are suffering shortages, particularly from the number of short order cooks available. Reduced entertainment is also affecting capacity, as many shows have yet to return, which help manage capacity by reducing the number of guests out doing something else in the park. Disney has been advertising hiring bonuses of up to $6,000 to recruit new cast members, with cook and chef positions offering between $3,000 and $6,000. They also brought up, in a roundabout way, they brought up housekeeping as well. You know, they're also doing bonuses for that, but that's part of their hotel capacity problems, is the inability to turn over rooms because they need more housekeeping. Also today, CEO Bob Chapek was quoted saying that Disney is, quote, pleased with the demand for Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser, the newest upcoming Walt Disney World Resort hotel. So far, the road leading up to the Starcruiser, its first voyage being March 1st, has been a rocky one. With the preview video removed due to fan critique, many cancellations of reservations, and multiple staffing issues, Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser has kept fans on their toes. And speaking of that, more early voyages of the Starcruiser have opened up in availability. The hotel, of course, launches on March 1st, and if you're hoping to be one of the first aboard the Halcyon, the third departure date of March 5th is now available again. As well, the March 21st voyage is also available. 3 voyages in April and most voyages in May are available again as well, and 5 voyages are available in June. Meanwhile, most voyages in July, August, and September are all available. The Tomorrowland Transit Authority, People Mover, and Space Mountain of the Magic Kingdom both closed on February 7th. Guests reported hearing a fire alarm, and cast members evacuated them from the Space Mountain building. The Reedy Creek Fire Department responded to an unknown incident at the attraction around 3:45 p.m. The People Mover runs through every building of Tomorrowland, so fire emergencies in any of those buildings will cause operations of that to cease. The alarms were caused to go off by a smoking break room refrigerator, according to Reedy Creek firefighters. That's not a smoking break room. It's a refrigerator that's smoking in the break room, by the way. For clarity, those of you at home. Yeah, all of this caused by a break room refrigerator that started smoking. No actual fire, but it did close both attractions for several hours the other day. Last week, a new shirt inspired by the Harmonious Nighttime Spectacular arrived at Epcot, but guests can now pick up a matching Spirit jersey in the Creation Shop for $74.99. The jersey is black with dots of silver glitter, so it resembles a starry sky. The Harmonious logo is on the front in white, and Harmonious and Epcot are spelled out on the back, also in white. On the bottom is Harmonious in several different languages and an image of Spaceship Earth surrounded by silhouettes of World Showcase icons and Disney characters. They're all backlit by a rainbow of colors. Add some color to your living room and stay warm with this new throw blanket inspired by Spaceship Earth. The blanket features the geometric pattern of Spaceship Earth's face in several colors. A tag on the throw shows what it looks like unfolded. It's 50 inches by 60 inches. The blanket is available at the Creation Shop for $39.99. Dok-Andar has been out of commission since at least February 3rd at his den of antiquities in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Disney's Hollywood Studios. A red curtain has been hiding the animatronic for at least the last 5 days. Cast members say he's off-world and weren't sure when he would be back. Now you look at what Dok-Andar looks like when he is there. He's wonderful. He's a beautiful creature. Though the proprietor is gone, the shop is still running as usual, with plenty of lightsabers, finally, holocrons, and other merchandise. So, of course, finally there's lightsabers and Dok-Andar has gone missing. The Dino Glide plane and other toy props have been removed from the exit of Toy Story Midway Mania and Toy Story Land at Hollywood Studios. Supports that used to hold the toys and lights are still in place, so it's likely they will return. It is worth noting that this is really interesting. As we know, Imagineers are working just a few feet away near the exit of the attraction on the new shop, Jesse's Trading Post. So it's unclear if this is somehow related. Maybe signage for the stores going in for people that might come in through the exit. I don't really know at this point, but nonetheless, it's a weird coincidence that all this work is happening near each other, and we'll certainly be watching to see what happens. In honor of the Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild on Disney+, a new sand sculpture is being constructed at Animal Kingdom. Multiple sand sculptures have been constructed at the park in the past year, including one inspired by Raya and the Last Dragon, but this is the first ever inspired by a Fox property, one of the first inclusions of a Fox property in the history of the parks, in fact. This sand sculpture is located outside of the front entrance. 4 artists were working on the sculpture this morning, and background foliage and some characters were already taking shape. The artists were using everything from paintbrushes to straws to carve the intricate sculpture. Of course, Buck Wild himself is featured. You know what I never thought I'd talk about on the show? Ice Age. I was wrong. Let's move on. Hong Kong Disneyland is currently closed due to a wave of COVID cases. What was originally scheduled to be a 2-week closure was extended to February 17th, then again until February 23rd, 2022. Very sad. Love Hong Kong Disneyland. We hope for the best there. For the absolute latest Disney Parks news, head on over to WDWNT.com and follow us on your favorite social media platforms. We're also on TikTok. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, The Vacationeer, the engineers of your next magical vacation. Sit back and let their team of vacation planning experts craft your family's next trip. The best part, their services are free. Visit WDWNT.travel for details. If you're enjoying the show, be sure to like this video, subscribe to WDW News Today on YouTube for more great content, and click the bell for notifications. Also, be sure to hit select all notifications so you never miss an episode of the show. You could also support the entire team behind this show by joining the WDWNT Interglobe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. Now some housekeeping before we go. Actually, I'm going to roll all the way over here because there's some shirts I threw on the floor during the last show that I have to talk about at carouselproducts.com. First up, already available by the time you're watching this, we only have 22 of these left. If you think this is good, you should have seen Horizons. Where are my 80s kids at? Make sure you pick that one up, $20. And then launching tomorrow, we have what we call couple shirts, although you can just buy them separately, wouldn't make a difference. Celebrating Sunny Eclipse at Cosmic Rays Starlight Cafe. We have one, of course, for his lovely disembodied backup singers, the Space Angels, appearing daily. And as well, of course, got to have one for Sunny Eclipse himself. These will be $20 and they will launch at some point on Thursday at carouselproducts.com, probably during News Tonight. Don't forget about News Tonight. Tomorrow night and Thursday at 9. All right, time for the giveaway. All right, so what we need you to do, you have to like this video, you have to be subscribed, and I have to pick some sort of word for you to write in the comments. Let's do, how about we do, I don't know, wrist strap. Put wrist strap, that's what this is, right? Put wrist strap, all one word, wrist strap, in the comments, and you'll be entered to win this Magic Band. We'll announce the winner on the next show. So make sure you tune in for Friday's show, where we'll announce who gets this LE2000 Magic Band with wrist strap. Challenge you. I'm going to make really hard to spell words as we go on. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Tom Corless saying, enjoy the rest of your today and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
WDW News Tonight is our weekly comedy show combining the news of the week, comedy segments, thoughtful discussions, insane characters, parody commercials, games, and more. Watch live on Thursdays at 9 p.m. and become a Wigs member to get access to a bonus post show. Watch WDW News Tonight episodes anytime and live on YouTube, or get the audio-only version on iTunes and other podcast services.